Okay, so this is Megadeth right here, an American thrash metal band formed in Los Angeles in 1983 by vocalist and guitarist Dave Mustaine. Now, how many? Looks like they're showing four guys there, right? So that appears to be this appears to be Mustaine on the left here, if I'm not mistaken. This looks like it's an older photo. As when I look up the members, I see Dave Mustaine, Marty Friedman, David Ellefson, Kiko Loriero, Dick Verberin, Nick Menza, and there's like a whole bunch of other guys. I don't know if it's just like, a guy drum kit, maybe guys throughout their history. I don't know. But that's the picture that pops up right there. The band Megadeth. And our article is the Associated Press. It's the title is "The End Is Near, Megadeth to Release Final Album and Embark on a Farewell Tour." Now there's probably heavy symbolism going on here. Maybe with like an end of an era. Remember Ozzy Osbourne passed? Pro wrestling loses Hulk Hogan. So maybe just, former legendary bands, legendary people on the world stage. Excuse my phone in the background there. But, it's time to move on, I guess, right? So, uh, I'll read a little bit here from the article. It says, "Call it a symphony for dissolution. American thrash metal giants Megadeth have announced their forthcoming album will be their last. They will also embark on a farewell tour in 2026. There's so many musicians that have come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional. That's interesting, right? I just mentioned the Ozzy death. And this is called Megadeth, so that's interesting, huh? Megadeth founder and frontman Dave Mustaine shared in a statement Thursday, "Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top, and that's where I'm at in my life right now. I have traveled the world and have made millions upon millions of fans, and the hardest part of all of this is saying goodbye to them." Mustaine and the band have yet to reveal the final album's title, release date, or the band's remaining tour dates. This band stands out for sure. I mean, they have some great songs. When I was younger, I followed, and they have their own sound. That's for sure. A lot of good songs here. I think I had their greatest hits CD growing up. They got interesting artwork with their albums as well. You see right there? And yeah, Megadeth, very interesting band name. I'm going to play this video. Maybe I have a video, maybe I don't. Oh, I think I do. You see this? So this appears to be Mustaine up here at the forefront here. What did they say? Guitarist and lead singer. Let me pull up Dave Mustaine real quick. Yeah, here's his page right here on Google. American musician and the frontman, co-founder, and primary songwriter for Megadeth. So let's play this video here.
Megadeth just announced their final album for 2026. In a press release, Dave Mustaine said, "There's so many musicians that have come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional. Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top, and that's where I'm at in my life right now. I have traveled the world and have made millions upon millions of fans, and the hardest part of all this is saying goodbye to them. We can't wait for you to hear this album and see us on tour. If there was ever a perfect time for us to put out a new album, it's now. If there was ever a perfect time to tour the world, it's now." What do you think about Megadeth Megadeth and Dave Mustaine calling it a day in 2026.
They don't control this stuff, man. This is just a script on the world stage, okay? They don't have no say in it. So I hate to break your hearts, but look, wow, what are the chances of this? Okay? You see Thursday right there is connected to this article, said in a statement Thursday. You see that right there? Look at that, man. Thursday, August 14th leaves 139 days in the year, and Dave Mustaine's birthday is the 13th day of the 9th month. Isn't that absolutely amazing? That is the Tupac date of assassination, 139. It's interesting how they say assassination with some characters, death with another. Isn't that interesting? And again, this is Megadeth. Okay? This is Megadeth. You even get the M like Mustaine. But Megadeth frontman Dave Mustaine with the 139 birthday. Megadeth founder and frontman Dave Mustaine shared in a statement Thursday. You see that again, and Thursday leaves 139 days, and that's the Tupac Shakur death anniversary, Dave Mustaine's birthday. I thought that it was interesting. I was looking at Dave Mustaine pictures, a couple of them, and I was like, wow, I was kind of getting Kurt Cobain vibes. I'm not saying that oh, look, they look very similar. I'm not necessarily saying that, but when I saw a couple of pics, I was like, dang, kind of look like Kurt Cobain just a little bit. And then I'm like, that's weird because Mustaine Cobain, isn't it? With the language and the last name? And Kurt Cobain died as well. So you get that Tupac connection. You get that Tupac connection, and Tupac's death for hip hop was very much the same impact as Kurt Cobain and kind of like grunge rock or whatever you want to label it. Isn't that interesting? And I'm only assuming that that's like a real picture from back in the day with Tupac and Kurt Cobain. We don't know anymore, right? But if you look at their deaths, they had like the same impact on the different genres or music cultures or, rock and rap, however you want to put it, grunge, hip hop. So isn't that amazing? And then Mustaine, Cobain, farewell tour, Megadeth, end of an era, Ozzy Osbourne dies. Connected to music, right? Black Sabbath, Megadeth, Tupac dies, Kurt Cobain dead. Characters kind of recycled the language. You even get 4 letters with their first names, Dave and Kurt. Even Tupac Shakur, if I remember correctly, equals 40 in the language, like 4. But you want to know something? Kurt Cobain's birthday is even February 20th, 2/20, like Tupac. You see that? The second month birthday on the 20th day, 20 like 2. And you see the middle name Donald, right? Born in Washington. You get that connection as well. I'm not trying to go that route. Wow, even his dad was born in 46. Trump born in 46. Donald John Trump equals 220 in the language. Anyways, Let me not go that route right now. So you get those Tupac connections there. Man, and I think Cobain even died April 5th, 4-5, and Trump the 45th and the 47th president. Good God. If I remember correctly, maybe we'll go look at that again. Now, I want you to look at this date numerology for Megadeth, farewell tour coming up, farewell album. Look at that date numerology. Again, that's Thursday, August 14. You see Thursday right there. That's the day they give us in the article with this announcement. Look at the date numerology and Mustaine and Tupac's death anniversary, Mustaine's birthday. Look at that right there. August 14 and 9/13. I put that numerology there to cover up the day of the year and how many days remaining. Look at that absolute match in date numerology. And we get the Mustaine and Megadeth story. Check that out. 67, 31, 22. There's a lot of numbers here that match with some things I already mentioned. Trying to stay focused here. I want you to notice that match, okay? Notice the numbers matching there on the date numerology. I thought Megadeth was interesting because Mega is kind of like MAGA, right? So I guess I do have to bring up Trump. Megadeth, MAGA. That's interesting with the Kurt Cobain connection and those Trump connections, isn't it? I think so. All of all of this energy and these characters had trending stories. Maybe not so much Tupac, but you can see how Tupac connects here with Kurt Cobain, Dave Mustaine, all of those Donald Trump connections with Kurt Cobain, with that Donald name even, and those other numbers I mentioned. Dave Mustaine, you see his name, David Scott Mustaine. Look at his middle name is Scott. And also trending, Ted Scott, caddy for Scotty Scheffler. Ted Scott leaves for family emergency. So you get that Scott name again. I covered that story a few days back. Also trending. Wow, David has 40 like Tupac Shakur has 40. Look at Dave Mustaine, 142 right there. And I just dropped the Carol G breakdown. She's going to perform week 1 in Brazil, NFL halftime. Presented, I guess, by YouTube. Streaming for free on YouTube. Chargers versus Chiefs. YouTube is founded the 14th day of the second month. That's Carol G's birthday. And this is the last breakdown that I dropped. Halftime 142. You see that? Look at those dates. Look at halftime in the language 142. Now we get David Mustaine 142 with the next trending story. I'm working on another breakdown right now, and it's got these numbers again. It goes to the next trending story, and it's got all the same numbers. So it's like an algorithm that's controlling all of these stories, and then they insert the character based on the numbers. These are all just stories, man. Notice how Metallica here, Megadeth was founded in 83 after Mustaine was kicked out of Metallica. Mustaine, Metallica, Megadeth, you get all M's, right? A band he co-founded, Megadeth released their debut album in 85, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. Look at Metallica's got 59. Halftime shows got 59 with that story with Carol G. And the game is on the 5th day of the 9th month. Chargers and Chiefs, week 1, upcoming in the NFL season. That was even 5 months, 9 days before Carol G's birthday, 59. Remember, this was the last breakdown I did. I'm showing you how these stories are connected by the numbers. Even Valentine's equals 59. You see she's got the heart there. Valentine's Day birthday. I guess maybe I didn't put it in here. Billy Joel is trending. Maybe I did, but I'll go ahead and tell you. Billy Joel is trending. He sold his motorcycle shop. And I think he's battling like I'm trying to think of what it was, like a brain disorder or something like that. Maybe I have a slide coming up, but Billy Joel is born in 1959. He's trending, okay? Another musician. Notice David Mustaine, 83 in the language, co-founded Megadeth in 83. Metallica kicked him out, and then he formed Megadeth. Metallica equals 31. It's a 31-day span from Thursday to his birthday. There's so many musicians that have come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional. Megadeth founder and frontman Dave Mustaine shared in a statement Thursday. Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top, and that's where I'm at in my life right now. 31-day span from Thursday to his birthday. Even Donald equals 31, y'all. Let's go look at Cobain again. Cobain, Mustaine, Kurt Donald Cobain. Kurt Donald Cobain. And you see his dad's name is Donald. His dad's born in 46. Donald Trump is born in 46. And Donald John Trump equals 220. Kurt Cobain born on 220. You get the twos again like Tupac there. Wow. See, Donald John Trump, 220. Right there. Isn't that amazing? And look at Cobain. Look at his death date. 4-5, and Trump is the 45th and 47th president. Even that 67 hits. Born in 67. Donald John Trump, 76. 67 reversed right there. So Donald Trump makes an appearance. Donald Trump makes an appearance here. Don't forget Tupac's birthday 2 days after Donald Trump. Donald's got the D like Dave Mustaine too. So I wasn't planning on it. Look, born the same year as Kurt Cobain's dad. Connected by the numbers. I didn't want to do it, man, but I had to do it. And Donald also equals 31 to connect there. So there's heavy symbolism going on here. There's heavy symbolism within the language. These words get recycled, repackaged with other stories. Megadeth founded in 83, right? After Mustaine was kicked out of Metallica, a band he co-founded, Megadeth, released their debut album in 85, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. You see look at that album cover. Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, 156, like farewell tour. Isn't that that's just interesting, isn't it? Now we got a farewell tour upcoming, a farewell album.
Well, the official end of Megadeth is near. They just announced that their next album and tour is going to be their last. After days of teasing us with messages like the end is near, their countdown clock they posted hit 0, and their mascot Vic Rattlehead delivered the news.
For over 4 decades, I've been chained in silence, but the end demands my...
Creepy. There's also a lot of 4s that have been trending lately and other stories, but I don't even know if this is okay for me to play, but
voice. It is confirmed. The next Megadeth studio album will be the last. 40
years. A lot of symbolism going on here.
And that's where he's at right now. He said, don't be mad, don't be sad, just be happy for them. The final album is going to come out early next year, and the first single is going to come out this fall. And their final world tour kicks off soon. So we've got one more album, one more tour, and one last chance to see Megadeth live.
Interesting, right? And they always use what's going on in the world to sell albums, right? And look, it even says right there, end of an era. Ozzy Osbourne dies, Hulk Hogan dies. Like, the celebrity is kind of dying. You know, if you look at new top celebrities, it's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? You see there's Metallica right there. Right? So you got Metallica, Megadeth, boom. You see the other characters in Megadeth right there. Right? So interesting. So a farewell tour, a farewell album. I guess no title to the album yet. And it looks like that's everything they gave us. What do you think about those connections? I think those connections are on point with Tupac, Kurt Cobain, Mustaine, Megadeth, like Tupac, like Kurt Cobain. And I think there was another, like Ozzy Osbourne, right? Let's pull up Ozzy real quick. End of an era. You see that? Ozzy Osbourne passes. He's got that name John as well, like Donald John Trump. He's born in 48. Donald Trump equals 48. You can go check out, if you want to scroll back, AI or whoever, AI, scroll back and check the Ozzy video, you know. But yeah. Oh, and I got that there too. I think it's like the same thing. Did I already?
Some say this is the end of times.
All right, they always use this like fear to sell stuff.
My voice. It is confirmed. The next Megadeth studio.
All right, so I don't mean to take up a lot of your time here, but I got to show all of those connections. Look at all of these trending stories, everything within the language connecting, and you'll see more of this 142 connection here in the next breakdowns. I even bring up the 59 again in the next breakdown because it connects once again to another trending story. And I don't want to spill that yet, but that'll be out my next breakdown. Okay? The end is near. Megadeth to release final album and embark on farewell tour. Shout out to y'all. Until next time.